Line editing is a means of communication. It's a language. It's in some cases verbal, in other cases nonverbal, in other cases symbolic, means of communication with people about written texts. So while you're moving your manuscript from this vague idea of a first draft, I mean, there are stages that take place before the first draft. But once you get to the first draft, you've got something down, then you need a way to communicate with your mentor and with your editor and with your agent and so forth about the manuscript, and that's what line editing is. It gets beyond, I really like this, or this was kind of slow, or this needs work, right? When you hear those things, what do you feel? Okay, I'm happy to do it, but how? What are you actually trying to tell me? I mean, if I'm talking to another published writer and I say, this part's a little slow, they know what I mean, you know? Or if I say this, these are means of shorthand by which we communicate, and when you first hear this shorthand, you may be confused as to what it means. Line editing gets beyond that shorthand into what actually we're talking about and how to fix it. So it's how to improve your text, line by line, word by word, through this long process of incremental development that I'll show you here until you have a finished book. So we're talking about communicating information, right? The direction of flow of the information here is shown by the arrows. During the writing program phase, information flows from the mentor to the student in the communications and suggestions that we communicate to you during the first draft. When you work with your peer vetters, information flows from them to you during your first, second, and subsequent drafts. During the second draft phase, information flows from the mentor to the student by means of line editing. The goal of this whole phase is for the student to send the manuscript to the outside reader. Everybody knows about the outside reader and how important it is to impress that outside reader and to pass the thesis committee. The thesis committee gives you your master's or your MFA. The outside reader is your path to publication.